Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. All right, so this one isn't gonna be too long. I just wanted to talk about something real quick. And what I wanted to talk about is something that I made a video on before a while ago, and that is to be aware of women with boyfriends out here, man. Okay, so this is gonna be like a little story time, man. Um, so basically, like when you're on this journey, guys, you gotta be very mindful of like the type of chicks that you're attracting, bro, because this journey does make you more appealing to everything in general, bro. Like you just start becoming more, like handsome, right? Let's just keep it real, man. Like you have a lot of more vitality, you got a lot more masculinity. That's a bar, you know, and you just like your energy is just more attractive in general. Your confidence is more, um, like your confidence is like natural. It feels like you don't force it, man. Like it comes naturally on this journey, right? So all these things, combine together. The pheromones, the glow, the magnetism, your energy, your charisma, like all these things, it makes you more attractive, right? And since you're not constantly polluting your mind with the hub, you're not lusting out here, man. It naturally puts you on a higher vibration, man. When the combination of you retaining plus not lusting and all that low vibrational stuff, it automatically puts you like on a higher vibration. And the thing with women is that they're naturally more intuitive. They're naturally more intuitive. They just like have like a sixth sense. They're just by nature they're more sensitive to like energy, and they're more in tune with like emotions and stuff. So the majority of guys, bro, they're like depleted Coomers, right? So when you're a depleted Coomer, you're just more of a lesser version of yourself. You're more dull in your senses. Yeah, man. And not only that, it's just like men are more visual creatures, right? Like I said, women are more spiritual by default, okay? So when you get on this practice, man, and you raise your vibration, it puts you on a higher level. It kind of puts you on a similar level to like to be able to connect to women on a more spiritual level, right? Since they're naturally more intuitive with energy. When you're on SR, guys, like you start becoming more in tune with energy and emotions as well. So like you can read the room like a lot better, right? So I just want to mention that real quick before I tell you guys a little story that made me want to, shoot this video, right? Excuse me, let me drink some water. Yeah, man. So what I wanted to talk about, like the story is, yesterday I was doing a little side hustle, right? I was doing like DoorDash, and I was in these apartments, right? And I seen like this chick, bro, and this baddie, as you would call it. Like this just very attractive woman, right? And she was just like walking her dog like around like the apartments area, and like I noticed her, right? And I had a couple orders like in that area, and I saw her from a distance, but like I just looked like one time and that was it. And then after that, bro, I just like she just happened to, like as I was walking, she just happened to be like walking like as the same direction that I was going. So like I just sparked up a conversation with her, right? And we were just like talking, and like I was just being myself, right? And then she was just very like receptive, and like I said, I consider her a 10, bro. Like she looked good. You know what I'm saying? But I like when you're on this journey, bro, like you may feel a little nervous, a little like when it comes to attractive women, bro, of course you're gonna be a little nervous, a little bit. It's natural, but it's not in the same type of way, bro, because I actually had the courage to like start up a conversation with her. It was just talking about like just whatever stuff, talking about like the apartment complex, and just like whatever, right? But it's the energy behind it, it's like the confidence that I had behind the conversation. So, that didn't really last that long. We were just talking a couple minutes, and then she just left, and she was like, "Oh, you have a good day." I was like, "Yeah, you too." And I went to go do another order, right? And then I saw her again from a distance, and she was just like smiling at me, bro. She was just smiling at me from a distance, and then like, yeah, and like she was being very like receptive and stuff, to my energy. And so yeah, like I just saw her again for the second time, like within like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Um, she was just like smiling at me from a distance, and then she like started talking to me this time, right? She like started the conversation, and she was just saying something like, "Oh, they have you everywhere in here, huh?" And I was just like, "Yeah," and like all this stuff. And here's the funniest part, bro. Like as she was walking to her car, all of a sudden I heard this guy's voice. I didn't see the guy at all. Like I just like where she had her car parked, the apartment in front of her car. I just heard like a guy's voice say this. It was like, "I want to see you try, bro." Bro, that's all I heard, man. I literally just heard some guy's voice just say, "I would like to see you try, bro." And I think that was her boyfriend or something, guys. Like I don't know, but that's all I heard. And then even after I heard that voice, she still talked to me a little bit more. And then as she got in her car, she was just like smiling. She was just like waving, like this baddie, bro. Like I swear, man. Like you'll be pulling all types of women, bro, and you're just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a trip, man. Like you just feel like magnetic, bro, on this journey. And yeah, so I think that was her boyfriend, bro. But like she was just feeling my vibe, man. And but like when it comes to like those type of women, bro, like those type of women, they get so much attention from guys like on the daily. Like you already know it is, bro. Like those baddies, those tens, they just come with a lot of baggage in some type of way, bro, because they're constantly getting attention from dudes, you know, like from depleted coomers, right? But it's funny though, like when you're on SR, you're not even trying, bro, and you get like the most, how would you put this? Like you get more like positive responses from like women, bro. You know, like you're not even trying, you just get the most attraction. But it's for that reason what I mentioned earlier is like you're on a higher vibration, man. You're able to like they just sense it, bro. It's not like they consciously know that you're on this practice. They just know that your energy is different, bro. Like they feel it, And like after I had that conversation with her, like I was glowing hard, bro. Like I was like in the sun, and I like looked at myself and like the reflection of my car, and I was just like I had the glow, bro. I was just shining hard, and yeah, man, it's a trip, bro. Like you gotta pay attention, like when you're talking to women. Um, look at her eyes. Check out her eyes, because the eyes reveal a lot of stuff. So don't really focus on what she is saying. Focus on like her energy behind it. Focus on her like how like she like some of these women, bro. They be giving you like the look, man. They be like smiling at you, and yeah, bro, because it's a spiritual thing. It's an energetic thing. So that happened, bro. Like I was talking to like this 10, and then she was just being very like receptive and yeah, all that good stuff, man. And like towards the end, after her talking to me, I just heard like some random dude's voice from the apartment saying, "I would like to see you try, bro." And I was just like, "What the heck?" And then like she was just as she hopped in her car, I just seen her like smiling and just like waving at me as she left. But that's about it, guys. Like you know what I'm saying? Like when it comes to like the female attraction, it's a distraction for sure. Right? She could have been an agent in the red dress for all I know, man. Like looks are very deceiving, like I said, but I just wanted to give you guys like a description, like how she looked. She looked good, but that doesn't matter, man. Like it's just use the female attraction as like as motivation that you're on the right path, man. Like that, your the benefits are coming in. Your energy is being felt. Because when you get like female attraction, it's usually because your aura is strong, man. It's usually because you're on the right path. You're not really focusing on that. You know, that's another bar. Well, like when you're like a depleted coomer, guys, you got like this thirsty energy, and you're just like looking for female attraction. Like that's when it doesn't work. You know, that's when it's forced. But when you're just flowing and glowing, they already be knowing. All right. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to talk about that real quick. Just a little story time. Like I said, when it comes to the attraction, and it's not just with her, man. There's another chick. like lately, guys, I just been like chopping it up with just like different type of women, like random women that I see like out like either at the store or anywhere like in public, bro. Like sometimes I just be sparking up a conversation like authentically. It's not like anything forced or that I'm trying to get anything out of it or trying to get their number or anything, bro. It's just I'm just having fun, bro, with this energy. I'm just having fun, and it's like improving my conversation skills as well with like with women and just people in general. It's a good skill to have, bro. Like you don't want to just be on SR and just like not talk to anybody, right? I mean, protect your energy as well, but there's seasons and times for everything, bro. Like sometimes you just gotta play, like just see like how confident you are, like build up confidence within yourself. So that's pretty much it, man. That's basically like the message of the video. Be aware of women with boyfriends on this journey because it gets dangerous, right? You don't want to be caught up slipping out here. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a good day. Maintain your frame. Re-Tank Gang. I'm out. Peace.